everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
My boyfriend cheated on me, and I found out because God revealed it to me in a dream. Story time. So me and my ex-boyfriend, we met through a mutual friend. She was dating his friend and he was single at the time. And he was like, hey, do you have any friends? And then I just so happened to be the friend. So when we met, we instantly clicked. We were two different people, but at the same time, we just meshed really well. Like, he was quiet and shy, and I was like loud in your face and just, dramatic. The perfect combination, right? He wasn't that easy on the eyes, but he grew on me, okay? Don't judge. We didn't live in the same city. We were in college, and my school was like 2 hours away. So I used to come down to Houston, where I'm from, with that friend, and we would visit. We would go out on dates, and we was falling in love. Like, we grew on each other. Like, it was just like a fairy tale. He was a preacher's kid. He was well respected at his university because he was a star football player. He was super sweet, nice and genuine. We used to go out on dates, laugh. I used to hang around his friends. I met his family. Everything was good, y'all. I love my man, okay? I love my man, okay? So we dated for a few months before we decided to make it official, like boyfriend and girlfriend exclusively. Like, that was my man. I was his girl, and everything was going good. But I noticed like changes in his behavior, but also I didn't think nothing of it. So after that incident happened, I started noticing a particular girl. She was under all of his Instagram comments, under all of his friends' comments, under his roommates' comments. This girl was everywhere. Still didn't think nothing of it. I looked at her page. She was on the dance team. He was a star football player. Didn't think anything of it because I knew my man loved me, and he didn't strike me as a cheater, and we were always on the phone when I wasn't there. Like, when he wasn't in practice, he was with me. So one day, my female intuition was like, go through his phone. But I didn't have the guts to do it because I trusted this man. I love this man. I was head over heels for this man. I didn't have the balls to go through his phone because I respected him and I respected our privacy. And I knew that he would never go through my phone. So why would I go through his phone? So I didn't go through the phone, right? So I didn't have the guts to go through his phone, but I did notice subtle changes in his behavior. One of the biggest things that I noticed was performance. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, baby. He started performing, and I'm just like, the preacher kid cutting up like this, where he learned this from? Because, yeah. The second thing that I started to notice was that he started to like become more aggressive with me and raise his voice. Mind you, he's a very quiet, soft-spoken person. And I remember one day in particular, he yelled at me because we were in the car, he was driving, and a car almost sideswiped us. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, I'm not gonna wreck the car. Like, just blurted it out. And I was like, I had never heard him talk even that loud, even amongst his friends. He was not a rowdy person. So I was like, okay, what is going on here, right? So my wheels just start turning and turning and turning. So that night when we go to bed, we fall asleep, we pray and whatever. We prayed and we fall asleep. I had a dream. I had a dream that he was throwing a party at his house. All of his friends were there, that played football with him. And, girls came. And the particular girl that came was a girl that I saw under all of his Instagram comments, under everything, right? Me and the girl ended up charging me up in the dream and was like, you talk to my man. And I was like, this is my man, girl. Da, da, da. So me and the girl almost got into a fight in the dream, and he ended up putting me out of the house instead of her. That's when I woke up out of my sleep. I had to wake up out of my sleep, and I tapped him and I was like, you're cheating on me. And he was like, what? what? I would never, like, gaslighting me. And I was like, I had a dream about it. You're cheating on me. Somebody has been laying in this bed and you are cheating on me. And he was like, girl, go back to sleep. It was like 3:00 in the morning, baby. I woke him up and he was like, girl, go back to sleep. Girl, but go back to sleep. Nobody is cheating on you. So I ended up going back to sleep and God was like, hold on, let me cook. When I went back to sleep, God revealed to me to go through that phone for confirmation, guys. So when I woke up that morning, I was acting weird. Yes, I was acting weird over a dream. I was acting weird. My female intuition was so high and it was definitely through the roof. And I didn't really want to see what I knew that I was going to see. So he had one of those phones where you put in the pattern to like unlock it. And one day we was watching a documentary and I was sitting behind him and he put in the pattern. And because I have a photographic memory, I remember the pattern and I waited like 2 weeks to muster up the courage to go through his phone. When I went through his phone, the first message that I saw, it was from me and my name was saved as like mine with like heart face emojis. It was so cute. So then I saw like messages from his friends. I wonder if they would be talking about that, but they wasn't talking about nothing. His siblings, all of that, his female friends, all of that stuff. So then I finally saw a message from the girl that I seen in my dream, who had also, the girl from the dance team, who had also been under all of his pictures on Instagram, under all of his friends' pictures, just everywhere. So I went to those messages and I was scrolling through the messages and I didn't really see much. It was just more of them like linking up, but they weren't really talking, right? So then I got to the message where she was like, you're going to have to stop throwing the protection in the trash can. My mom is finding them. I guess she lived at home with her mama. My mom is finding him. You're going to have to start flushing them down the toilet. After that, I crashed out. Okay, I crashed out. He was in the living room cooking with his friend, and I went there in the living room and I just went ballistic. Okay, this was the first time ever I had got my heart broken. This is the person that changed the entire trajectory of how I date, how I look at love and relationships. I was devastated, y'all, and I went off. So after I had crashed out and allegedly destroyed these people's house, his friends had to restrain me and they were actually trying to put me out, but he told them, don't put me out. But I wanted to get put out. I start packing my own stuff because I don't want to be there by you cheater, pumpkin eater. So I started packing my own things and he was like, please don't go. Let's talk. And I was just getting so angry. And the weird thing about it is that he was getting aroused. Yeah, aroused. And that sent me through the upper roof. So I got all of my things. I called one of my friends and I was like, can I come over there? This is what's going on. I just really need somewhere to sleep tonight. So I go over to my friend's house, right? Y'all, this is going to be, it's crazy. When I go over to my friend's house, I didn't sleep that night. Anxiety was through the roof. I'm just on Instagram. I'm under the girl picture, like, call me, and I leave my phone number under her picture because he was denying it. So it almost made me seem like I didn't see what I seen or whatever. And then when I go through her followers, she's actually following my other ex-boyfriend. So I called my other ex-boyfriend because I knew that he would do anything for me. I called him and I was like, hey, do you know this girl? And he was like, yeah, we used to talk. What's up? And I said, well, my current boyfriend just cheated on me with her and she won't call me. So what's her number? And so he gave me her number. And I called the girl, and I never call another girl because I don't know why these men is feeling like they was bigger than the program, but that's besides the point. So I called the girl and she answers and she's like, hello. And I was like, oh, how long have you been messing with so-so and so? And then she was like, sorry, I'm getting too carried away. She was like, she had been talking to him for about 3 months and that I would have to ask him the rest of the details. I said, well, he's not telling me the rest of the details. He's telling me that he doesn't know me, but I want confirmation for myself. And then she kept saying, oh, you gonna have to ask him. Oh, you gonna have to ask him. And then I was like, well, I'm asking you. And so we started going back and forth on the phone and it wasn't getting nowhere. So we both just hung up. So then after that, I couldn't believe the preacher's kid had cheated on me because, y'all, they used to literally treat him like he was God. So I called his sister. And I was like, yeah, girl, so-and-so cheated on me. She was like, he cheated?
You done lost your damn mind.
And I was like, yeah, girl, he cheated on me. And I gave her the whole rundown on everything. And then she was like, well, she was a girl's girl. She was like, if it's meant to be, it's going to come back around and da-da-da-da-da, all of this stuff. And I was like, I just really want closure from the situation because he's lying and he's saying that, he didn't cheat on me. None of this stuff happened and it's all in my head, right? So that day, one of my best friends, it was her mom's funeral. So finding out my ex-boyfriend is cheating on me, my first ever big heartbreak with the first person I truly loved, the only person that I ever loved on this earth. And then one of my best friends' mom passed away. So having to get myself together for the funeral and just like, I was just in shambles, but being a strong friend, trying to be there, trying to get it together. So after the funeral, I'm just sitting in my car. And at this point, his sister calls me. She's like, you sounded so devastated this morning. And I know how it is as a woman. So I'm going to call him on three-way. So when she calls him on three-way, she's like making small talk. She was like, well, I called you because Gabriella called me. And, she told me everything that's going on. He was like, so what's up? Like, why you do that girl like that? And he just explained, that manipulation stuff. His flesh was weak and the other girl was just there and he don't want to be with her, he want to be with me, and the other girl was doing things and she was so supportive and she was so this. So as he's saying these things, it's like a light bulb that went out in my head and I was just disgusted that I confided in a human being that will disrespect me and discard me for material things or for things that are like nothing could compare to our bond, and would just throw all of that out the window to basically appease their flesh. I'm just disgusted. So they came to a conclusion to apologize to me. So later on, when I went to his house that night to get the rest of my things, he apologized to me and he wanted to work it out. But I was just like, ugh. Like, when you look at somebody and you just can't stand to look at them, that's how I was feeling. I was just so disgusted. And not only did I feel like disgusted in my mind, but that feeling that you get in your stomach when you are just disgusted with a person. I was just disgusted with him. But y'all, long story short, listen to your intuition. And when something is not in alignment with the purpose that God has for your life, he will ruin it intentionally and also allow you to be there to witness how much he loves you.
All right, what it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. We lit live on Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok, man. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with me, man, today. All right, y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all's damn intuition. Y'all need to stop going to sleep and stop talking to God. Because this mess, y'all messing up a man's sleep. She waking him up, fussing about some chick that she seen under all his comments. Listen, she had a whole dream. She was that stressed out about that girl. She had a whole dream about that girl. You know what I'm saying? Fighting in a dream, getting kicked out the house in a dream. You know what I'm saying? What kind of crap is that? Uh, how you doing all that in a dream, girl? Not only that, she went back to sleep and God said, "Hey, girl, check that phone. What are you talking about? Wake up. Wake up." So y'all need to I know y'all don't. I know y'all don't really talk to God because God be sending y'all too many damn messages about men, but don't never send y'all a message about y'all job. Y'all be, I'm trying. Lord, give me a good job. Lord, send me a sign. But He send you a sign about a man in a second. Boy, that's how I know y'all don't be talking to God for real, for real. Y'all be talking to God for all the wrong reasons. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, y'all be talking to God for all, y'all be wasting all y'all prayers on a man. A man of God. You know what I'm saying? How you waste every prayer? You waste all the blessings, all the signs God could have gave you, and it was over a man. Girl, I be telling God, send me a sign of when to play the Powerball, like what number to get. You know what I'm saying? God, send me a sign of where I need to go fill out this next application at so I can get a better job. God, send me those signs. Don't send me a sign of my woman cheating on me. Okay, you want to send me a sign? Drive off a cliff. Get her out of my life. Don't let me grieve over her disappearance. Okay. I don't want to. I don't want to be mad then get to grieving. You know what I'm saying? God, don't send me those signs, man. Have me out sweating in the middle of my dream, talking about. I seen that guy that be. That's why, yeah, girls, women, they be cheating too. But this is about me. It's always in all them dudes that be in all them dudes that be in all your girls likes is in her inbox. Okay, so don't think for 1 second all them dudes they telling her how beautiful she look every morning. Y'all stupid asses. Y'all think your girl she only worried about me, man. She probably ain't responding back to them dudes, but you fumble one good time. You fumble one good time, nigga. She's one of them dudes is ready to crack. They ready to knock her down at any second. Whenever she ready to cheat, she gone. One of them dudes that been in her inbox every day. She ready, okay? So don't think for 1 second that she about to be loyal if she catch you cheating. She been waiting. She been waiting because it's been a dude back there playing the sideline for a long time, waiting on your sorry ass to mess up. So yeah, but that's how it be. And then he did the same thing. It be a girl. It be women that know. They see that girl knew you. She seen you. She seen he be with you. She know that you got yeah, that he be with his girl all the time. So she knew. She was just waiting, and she was doing everything that you wasn't doing. She was making sure she was doing some extra, just cause she knew that you wasn't holding it down. You know what I'm saying? And when you was going home to your family, she was coming over there, laying it down on them, letting them bust all in, then talking about flush the condoms down. I wish you would mess up my toilet for some raggedy nigga. You better uh, the mama just letting her daughter get cracked in the room and finding all the condoms in your trash can. And anyway, why he just throwing them in the trash can? I don't even touch it with my hand. I just wrap the mugs up with a bunch of toilet paper. Throw them in there. They look like a tampon by the time how much paper I just wrap the mugs up with. Now you gotta throw them in the toilet because these chicks be trying to dig it out and put the semen back up in them. They be trapping these dudes. Y'all be trapping some bombs. For real, for real.